Today we're heading to Baltimore to play in a World Series of Poker tournament. Let's see some flops. The tournament I'm going to be playing today is a $100 Survivor tournament. This is a super turbo event. This is going to be insanely quick. 10-minute levels. You come in, you start 30 big blinds deep. So the action is going to go very quickly. We only have 11 people in this tournament too, which means the first place prize is $800. And second place, you get $80, which is actually losing money with a $100 buy. So my goal in this tournament is to win it. And the way I plan to do that is get a big chip stack early and keep that chip stack. When I get Jack 8 suited under the gun, this is an easy raise for me. I make it 700, and the guy behind me makes an interesting raise to 1200. Generally, when you re-raise pre-flop, you want to make it about 3 times the bet. So 2100 is kind of the normal standard raise. So 1200 is just a tiny raise. Personally, I think this guy was just a newer player. I think he threw the wrong chip in. So I'm not too concerned with this. I'm definitely not folding to it. I'm contemplating a re-raise here bluff, but I don't want to get carried away too early. So I just make the call. Let's see a flop. The flop comes Jack 10-7 with 2 clubs, which is beautiful for us. We have top pair. We have a flush draw. We have a straight draw. We have a straight flush draw. We have everything on this flop. So we check it through. He bets 1,000. I'm considering the raise here. Generally, when I have top pair with a flush draw, though, I like to keep the pot small because there's not many bad turns for us. We have a flush draw, so we're going to have outs. We have top pair, so if the check's down, we're probably going to be good. So I like to keep the pot small with top pair just because if I start raising here, then the top pair becomes less valuable. Because if I raise, what is he calling me with? He's calling me with better top pairs. He's calling me with over pairs. He's calling me with 2 pairs. I don't want to lose the value that comes with having top pair. The turn is a 5 of spades. This is kind of a brick here. I check it over to him and he checks back. I'm thinking he probably was just trying to steal money on the flop. He doesn't have much here. The river comes a 7 of spades. I'm thinking, how can I get value out of him? I'm a little scared of the flush, but not really. I end up betting a tiny bet of 1,000, and he snap calls. I turn over my cards and show a jack. He tables ace 10. I probably could have got a little bit more money out of him, but this is not a bad way to start the tournament. Moving on to level 2, we have right around 10,000, which is basically a starting stack. We look down at ace-king, we make a bet, we scoop the pot. Very next hand, we look down at queen 9, we make a bet, we scoop the pot again. We are in good shape here. This is what you need to do in these tournaments. You need to play hands because people, when they're short stacked like this, they get too tight and you end up scooping pots. And when you have chips, that makes play later in the tournament a lot easier. You need to be aggressive early if you want to win a turbo tournament. On to the next level. The blinds are up to 400, 800. We're just above a starting stack, and even that's about 15 big blinds. We are unbelievably short stack here, which means we're going to be seeing a lot of jamming. So when I look at an ace-2, this is a pretty good hand to have here. Any ace plays pretty well in all-in pots, so I'm fairly happy with this, and under the gun jams it with 4,500 behind. This is about 6 big blinds, and what you have to think about here is this guy's under the gun, which means next hand this guy's going to have to pay the big blind as well as the ante. So this guy's in desperation mode. He is shoving with any halfway decent hand here. So when I have an ace, I'm ahead of most of his range. I think about it for a bit, I end up making the call, and sadly he flips over pocket 5s. We got it in bad, but luckily it's only for 4,500, so we could still, and we hit the ace on the flop. This was a great call. I never doubted it for a second. We are the chip leader. We are in good shape. This was a great call. After winning this hand, we're up to about 20,000. The starting stack was 10,000, so we're in good shape here. No one else is really close to being double the starting stack. This is exactly what I wanted. We need to keep it up. The next hand, we are about 20 big blinds deep. We are 9-handed. We have made the final table. Under the gun limps, 2 other players limp, and we look down at 7-9 of diamonds. Now in a limped pot, a lot of times I like raising here with 7-9 of diamonds to scare some people off. But when we're this short stack, the implied odds aren't as good for these drawing hands. So I kind of prefer a call here, especially because 7-9 of diamonds plays really well multi-ways. When the hand is good, it's really good, and we could get money from a lot of people. If we flop a straight draw or a flush draw, that's going to be really good for us, and we want more people in the hand so we could get paid off more. So we go ahead, we make the call, a few other players call, and we see a flop. It is queen 8-5, all diamonds. We flop our flush. So when under the gun jams, we are trying not to jump out of our seat. It folds around to us. We go ahead, we make the call. The players behind it fold as well. Under the gun flips over ace queen. He is drawing dead. We go ahead, we pick up another big pot. The very next hand, we look down at king 4 suited. Under the gun, she bets 4,000. The big blind's 1,200, so this is a pretty big raise, but she did not bet very often. So when she bets big, I'm kind of putting her on aces, kings, or queens. I end up making the call with king 4, which is probably a little bit loose, but I am the big blind, so I am getting a discount. Flop comes out, no good for me. I check, she jams it. Easy, easy fold here. Next couple of hands, I get ace queen. I bet, it folds around. I scoop up a pot. A couple of hands later, I get jack queen. I bet, they all fold. I scoop up another pot. A couple of hands later, we get dealt pocket sevens. A short stack jams it for about 4 or 5 big blinds. This is an easy, easy call. Unfortunately, this time he flips over pocket eights, and we cannot get there. So he picks up that pot. We are still the chip leader. We are in good shape here. There are 6 people left heading into our first break. After a 3-way all-in, we are down to 4 people. We have about 40,000 chips. Keep in mind there are 110,000 total chips in play here. So when we're at 40,000, that's about a third of the chips in play. What's going on at this table is me and one other guy, we both have about 40,000. The other 2 people have about 15,000, meaning there's 2 big stacks and 2 tiny, tiny stacks. So we got to keep that in mind going forward. And what this means when you're a big stack is you want to be playing some more hands. You want to put pressure on those smaller stacks, especially because I'm in the very fortunate position of being left with the other big stack. Meaning if he wants to play a hand, I could get out of the way. I know what he's going to do. But when he makes his decisions, he's not going to know what I'm going to do because I act after him. So this is a really good advantage to have. I'm looking to play a lot of hands. So when I get queen 6, that's an easy, easy bet. They fold around. And one guy makes a comment about how I'm the table bully, and I am proud to wear that title.
Some guy comes up, says I'm his type. I just threw up in my mouth when he just tried to ask me out. Yet don't approach me, I just wanna dance with my friends. Man down. Level up. I know all too well just what you're like.
When you're down to 3 people in the tournament, you have to be playing the majority of your hands. If you're on the button, you should be looking to play about 60 to 70% of your hands. When you're in the small blind, you should be playing pretty much everything. The big blind, you have to defend your big blind. With that said, this is kind of a weird spot because of how shallow stacked we are. None of us have more than 15 big blinds, which means there are going to be a lot of all-ins. Which means when we're looking for hands to play, we're looking for more aces and kings, even if they're not connected well. King 5 plays very well when you're short stacked, even though it plays terrible when you're deeper stacked, because a king is often enough to win a hand when you're all in pre-flop. Now for this hand, we looked down at King 9. When we're 3 ways, King 9 is a great hand. So this is a no-brainer raise for us. We make it 8,000, but then the small blind jams and the big blind calls. Okay, King 9 is a great hand 3 ways, but when they're showing strength, King 9 ceases to be a good hand. Part of me really wants to call because they're not that deep, and if I win this hand, I win the tournament. I get my eyes on the prize. I've never won a World Series of Poker event. Even though this is the smallest World Series of Poker event there is, it would still be nice to get a win under my belt. I end up chickening out though. King 9's just not enough to win it here. The lady to my left, tables pocket eights. Guy to my right, table's ace king. This was a great fold for us.
Late at night, some guy comes up, says I'm his type. I just threw up in my mouth when it just tried to ask me out, yet don't approach me.
We are now heads up. We are now down to the final two. Let's play some heads up poker. For reference, I have about 50,000 behind. She is about 60,000 behind. So she has a slight lead, but we're pretty much equal. And our heads up starts kind of funny. I get ace king and she folds in the small blind. 2 hands later, I looked at an ace queen suited and she folds in the small blind. I'm getting frustrated. I'm getting these premium hands, but she's not playing into me. Now finally, she jams it from the small blind. Sadly, I looked at a 4-7. That is just not enough to call. I have ace king, I have ace queen, she doesn't play. I have 4-7, she plays. I looked at a pocket 5s. I'm about 15 big blinds deep. And when you're heads up, this is definitely a spot where you want to get your chips in. You don't want to play pocket 5s too slow, because if you see a flop, that's going to give her a lot of information. Let's say hypothetically she has ace king. We don't want her to be able to see the flop and to see if that ace gets there or if that king gets there. Because if it gets there, she'll call, we'll be screwed. If it doesn't get there, she'll fold, and we're going to not get paid off with our pocket 5s. So generally, when I'm about 20 big blinds deep or less heads up, I'm looking to get it all in with pocket 5s, pocket 6s, pocket 7s. I shove it. She takes a deep breath. She looks at me. She says, I call. The tournament is on the line right here. We are heads up. The winner is going to win the tournament. The loser is going to go home. I'm terrified with how quickly she called. Luckily, she flips over ace-8 suited. We are in a good spot here. We are about 52%. We are a very slight favorite. The flop isn't a great one for me. It's 3-10 king, so she doesn't hit her pair, but she gets the flush draw. Now we need to dodge an ace, we need to dodge an 8, and we need to dodge a heart. The turn is golden. It's the 9 of diamonds. We dodge them. We're now the 66% favorite. No ace, no 8, no heart. 2 hearts in the river. We lose it. No World Series Poker Championship today. We end up walking away with a grand prize of $80, which is a net loss of $20. So kind of frustrating. Luckily, there was another tournament this weekend where we did come in third in for a grand prize of $11,000. So that was a nice payday. Sadly, the World Series of Poker didn't let me film that event, though. So you just gotta kind of take my word for it. But overall, it was a very nice weekend at the World Series of Poker in Baltimore. We finished up $10,000, which is honestly just a life-changing amount of money. Let's see if we can keep going next weekend as we go down to DC to play the Lions of the Atlantic tournament with a $2 million guaranteed prize pool.